All right, what's up, guys? This is Ty Zen again, and I got with me today special guest Bass Whistling, and he's founders of the NXT Foundation. Just a quick disclaimer, guys. Bass and I, back in the beginning, the spring of 2014, we put our heads together with several other individuals inside the NXT community, and we started the NXT Foundation to help promote the NXT cryptocurrencies platform. Okay. Since then, I had some medical issues inside my family to where I had to pay attention to my family's medical issues, and I was not able to participate in the effectively inside the NXT Foundation as a co-founder. So I resigned, and right now Bass pretty much handles the and the rest of the guys handle the NXT Foundation. Okay, so Bass is one of the original co-founders, and myself also. So what we talk about in this video, guys, is probably going to have a little personal bias. Okay, so please be aware of that. But in this video, guys, just for fun, I caught Bass for a few minutes after we did the video about the Ardor release and the upcoming release of NXT 2.0, and we were just casually talking about the talent pool that has come out of the NXT community, and we've been talking about this for a while now, not just today. And we decided we would just make this video to talk about how the NXT community has been the breeding grounds for crypto talent. Okay, so we have several different individuals that are very well known in the cryptocurrency community that originally got their start or had a start or was a part of the NXT community back in NXT during the spring of 2014 when NXT first came out. Okay, so we have several big projects. We're broadcasting this now in the summer of 2016. And so far this year in 2016, it's undisputed, and it's probably, the record is not going to probably be broken. It's going to probably be unbroken this year, is that we have Max Kordek, who is also a former founder who started to help start the NXT Foundation, and then he went off on his own to start to join the Crypty team, and now he just had the second most successful cryptocurrency ICO in 2016 with his Lisk project, right? And then we also have Sasha Ivanov from Russia. I forgot to mention that Max Kordek was from when he was he's from Germany, and he participated for a while there to help get the NXT Foundation started, and to be a part of the NXT community. And then we have Sasha Ivanov from Moscow, from Russia, who was also a former part of the NXT community, and he started Coinomat, which later on, I think, started the idea for Shapeshift.com. So the early version, Shapeshift is not the first decentralized exchange to exchange cryptocurrencies. I actually give that credit to Coinomat, that was started by Sasha Ivanov, and now he has moved on to have the most successful ICO or initial coin offering in 2016 with the Waves platform project. So what's your thoughts on all this?
I think it fits exactly in why I still remain with Next, and why I think it's a very strong project. It's not bad if people split off. It's good. These Sasha and Max went on because they couldn't find what they wanted to do within the community. At first they did, and then it became too restrictive for them, and then you need to leave and do your own thing. But I do think that NXT attracts strong personalities.
Yeah, You want to talk about the other member of the NXT who also was a former co-founder of the NXT Foundation with David. Him and another program. He went off with a gentleman that goes by the handle of Come From Beyond, and they started the IOTA project.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
It's the same thing. Come From Beyond was, of course, the first developer after BC Next to work on NXT. Very mercurial fellow, but always interesting to read. And he now has, they started a completely new system, which isn't even blockchain based anymore. They use a Tangle. It's called a Tangle. It's blockchains without, well, it's a system without fees that's specifically aimed at Internet of Things. Same thing. David is also a very strong personality. So very forceful. Yeah.
And then don't forget, we got the two oracles of cryptocurrency, leonfu.com and myself, who also originally started out in the NXT community. Yeah. And now we have the most popular and fastest growing cryptocurrency investing channel. We took a different route. Instead of going into the development of a new cryptocurrency or a new platform, you know, since he and I started from the stock trading and investing world and the currency Forex trading world, when we got into cryptocurrencies, it was just another currency for us to invest in and trade in. And now we have the most popular and fastest growing cryptocurrency investing channel on the internet. So we have a big, for some reason, the NXT community attracted a lot of talent to the NXT project, and now everybody has went off to start their own projects and have become, you know, very successful at what they do. Now, a lot of people might not say,
and the one group that also needs mentioning, who split off very early in Next development and also created a very popular and well-known project, NEM. They formed their own community around, I think, December, January 2013, 2014, and they basically did a lot. They also formed a very strong community, which is tenacious, also worked under the radar for a long time, and look at where they are now.
They are actually one of the most popularly traded and invested cryptocurrency right now.
Exactly.
I actually bought some at 350 satoshis.
Yeah.
And I held on to it for several weeks, and then there was other cryptocurrencies that was moving, so I took my money out of NEM, the new economy movement, and put it in somewhere else, and then it shot up. So I missed a good 4 or 5x return by taking the money out a week or two before the big run up, you know. So hey, you know, you win some and you lose some. You can't win them all.
Oh yeah. No, but this is, and we have quite a few of these projects. NEM started on the asset exchange, was the first really success. But another one that people don't seem to remember that also started on the asset exchange is SIA coin.
Yeah.
The technology, of course, was not developed on Next, but they did choose to use Next to do their first crowdfunding and sales. SIA Fund traded that.
And now they're at the front lines with MadeSafe and Storage Coin. And they're one of the top. They were the 3 contenders. In the distributed. They're pretty much the decentralized Dropbox, basically.
But
or a decentralized Dropbox or a decentralized Google Drive.
Yeah, and if you look at SIA, this also and NEM also matches what we do at Next too. I do think there is a common denominator there, because SIA also does tend to be very conscientious about how they develop. They don't go quickly. They don't shout it all off the rooftops. The main developer is a very conscientious guy who doesn't like to say stuff just for the hell of it to drive the price. And this is also what I see in NXT. We could shout a lot. Why would we?
Yeah.
There's no reason to do so, especially if you can't actually make it happen.
Hey, and well, why do you suppose that that all these people, because Bitcoin, all the same people, myself, LeonFood.com, you, Evil Dave, all these guys, that's Sasha, Max, we've all jumped on the Bitcoin bandwagon and followed along and joined the Bitcoin bandwagon. But in 2014, the spring of 2014, when all of us jumped on the NXT train, why do you suppose that all these people like Sasha, like from Waves platform, like Max from the Lisk project, and then like David and Come From Beyond from the IOTA project, and all these guys from the NEM project, and then now us with the cryptocurrency market channel, market channel on YouTube. Why do you suppose that we all gravitated towards NXT?
I can only speak for myself, and then you maybe can add something to see if it's true. But what did and still appeals to me in the NXT community is that it's very open to things. That goes to a fault, because this also means that it's pretty easy to start a scam there, for instance. But they start out with an open attitude. They start out with the attitude, this is cool, show us what you've got. That's very different from a place where it doesn't start from that, but actually stops there and say, oh, where are your credentials? Show us first. And we think, oh yeah, you can't explain it completely yet, so it's shit. That is, I've worked in creative businesses a lot. One of the main rules of brainstorming is don't break the flow and don't say no. Don't start with objections, start with associating. This is something which is, for me, a core value in the NXT community. And this enthusiasm. But at a certain point, you reach a limit, and this happened for some of the people who left. And then, if you are made to feel confident, then you also say, okay, then I'm going to do it on my own. Just being really confident in that, and I'm going to start my own project because I think I know how it works now. And I think that's something that you can really find in the NXT community.
Okay. Yeah, I think that a lot of the guys like Sasha and Max, LeonFood.com, myself, you, Evil Dave, a lot of people that's in the NXT community, and David from IOTA and stuff. I think I noticed that one common denominator is that we're all people that like to innovate and like to try out and take the risk of trying new things. Because I remember when LeonFood.com and I first started investing into Bitcoin and into different cryptocurrencies, our colleagues, friends, and family, they all laughed at us and said that we're stupid, we're crazy, this is just play money, this is just monopoly money, we're idiots for doing this, And fast forward a couple of years later, after he and I have made literally thousands of percent of profit from investing in cryptocurrencies, right? And to this day, there's people that when we tell them, they think that we're joking or lying or just making this stuff up, And then we lost a ton of money trying to figure this stuff out, but we also made even more tons of money, from it. So I think that one of the common denominators I see among all the people that have branched off from the NXT community to create their own projects that have been successful is that they're just willing to take risk and willing to try something new and not be afraid of it.
Yeah.
So, and I think that and like you said, the NXT community has always been pretty much, quote unquote, fairly inviting to newcomers to come and learn and to ask questions and to be able to get people on Skype, on Google Hangouts, and talk to them directly and not be shunned You know, you don't have to be like an expert when you come in to learn things. And then I think that once people come in, like I did, and like LeonFood.com did, and like even yourself and Evil Dave and Sasha and Max and them, is that everybody learns, and then they realize that, you know what, I would like to do it like this, and instead of getting permission from people in the community, they just branch off and do it on their own.
Well, exactly, and I think that's a very strong thing. Why ask permission? And there is really no need.
You know, so yeah, so I thought I just wanted to make this quick video and just share it with the community, because not too many people realize that a lot of the big things that's going on in the cryptocurrency community right now, right now in 2016, a bulk of the people that are involved originally came from the NXT community.
Yeah.
You know, and right now there's other projects going on that are based around the Ethereum team, because if you remember, you know, not too many people realize that NXT was the first Bitcoin 2.0, the first cryptocurrency project that did not use the Bitcoin software, and was not a clone of the Bitcoin software, and that Ethereum is actually the second.
Or maybe even the third, because BitShares is also still out there.
Yeah, yeah, BitShares is still out there. So it's good to see this. It's really good. You know what? I'm gonna step out on a limb here, and even go as far as to predict and say this, that NXT 2.0, with the release of the Ardor project, and based on what you guys are working on in the background, this may be the Bitcoin 3.0. You know, this may be, because I think that one thing that I've noticed inside the NXT project is that every time a problem comes up inside the you know, with the scaling issues and with the different security issues and the consensus issues and everything, they've managed to just go ahead and just do it and incorporate it in, and not argue too much about it and debate too much about it. They actually just do it.
Yeah.
And now I think that you know, NXT first came out in the spring, the end of 2013 and the beginning of 2014, I think that really, you know, leapfrogged ahead in technology. And I think that with the release of NXT 2.0, I think it's also now another leapfrog, a quantum leap forward in blockchain technology. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? Maybe, you know, I don't have the technical level like BC Next or like Satoshi or like some of these guys, you know, but just the direction that I see that NXT is going.
Well,
I think
it's no. I try to characterize it a bit differently. We still in 2.0, and 2.0 I would define as expanding on what Bitcoin started. So Bitcoin does one thing really well, and all the other things you need to do are a lot more difficult. You need to build architecture around it. So we have a few projects that add stuff to it. So we have NXT, we have BitShares also doing it, and we have Ethereum, and they all are different branches of that specific movement. So it's not as if one follows from the other, but they're really fundamentally different architectures doing a similar thing, which leads to the confusion that they're actually alike, which they're not. Ethereum is nothing alike to Next. We are trying to do something different. BitShares the same thing, or Graphene. So I would all call them branches of 2.0 still. 3.0, okay. 3.0, I have no clue what it could be yet, and it will come around at some point.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us on this, Bass, and sharing your insights, you know. And, you know, I think a bright future ahead in cryptocurrency, in NXT, and let's see what other talent comes out from the NXT community. I mean, it's been, so far, it has proven to be in my opinion, my personal opinion, the top breeding ground for talent inside the cryptocurrency community so far.
Yeah. So let's hope more come from it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me on this broadcast. If you guys like this broadcast, give us a thumbs up. You don't like it, give us a thumbs down so we stop wasting time making this video. Hey, what is the best way for people to follow you on the internet, Bass?
At this moment, probably Twitter. Everything I write, everything I do, I put on my Twitter. Damelon NXT.
Okay, I will leave that in the description, guys. And thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you guys in a future video.
Okay.
And this will conclude the live broadcast.